It is the Flow Friday Sports Show on Flow FM. Time to talk about the Southern Ports tennis competition after the lull period last weekend. And joining me on the line is the Robe Rebels captain, Egan Regnier. Great to be back with you, Egan. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, Ellison. Good to be back.
Good to have you back, Egan. Why don't you begin by telling us how much you enjoyed the Australian Open? The two winners, both doing it, one far more comfortably than the other, let's say, but two fantastic champions, ultimately in Sabalenka and Sinner. What did you make of it in the end? A great tournament all in all.
Bloody spot on. It was a great couple of weeks of tennis to watch on TV. The two finals were really good to watch. Both players highly deserved winning the trophies and the Grand Slam. You know, Sabalenka's she's so powerful and strong and aggressive in her shots and makes her such a hard woman to beat. And then young Sinner, he's so powerful as well and so clean as a ball striker. And he was down and out for sure. I thought Medvedev was going to get him, but he regrouped as a young 22-year-old, which is really good to see. And had a really good 5-set win, and really deserved his first Grand Slam.
Do you feel as though because of the fact that we didn't get Joker in the final, it's almost a signalling that we are now officially out with the old and in with the new, Egan?
Joker's always, I reckon Joker's still going to be around the mark for at least this year and maybe next year. But maybe it's a bit of a sign that what is to come without Novak and obviously Rafa and Roger at the end. Well, Roger definitely done, but Rafa still at the end. So, a bit of a sign for what's coming in the next 5-10 years, which is going to be really exciting because there's about 10 players or 15 players there with the men's that anyone can win it if they have the right mentality and feeling physically well for them 2 weeks. So, very exciting for what's to come.
And do you feel as though with this high energy sort of look that we're getting now with our tennis players that, that's been one of the main factors as to why we've had so many people tuning in. I think it's all kinds of records were set this year as far as TV viewership went. So it must have been the case that people thought, oh, wow, it looks like there's some new faces around. I might actually give it a watch. You know, those non-rusted on tennis people who are not in the same bracket as you and myself, because there's nothing more I look forward to in January than the Open. But there are the odd people who will rather, watch a soap opera or the cricket perhaps, but maybe those unconverted were converted this time around.
Maybe. I just think it's good. All these younger, newer players coming in and just having big impact. And there was there's some guys that you'd never really hear of, and they come down the Aussie Open and they make a fourth round or a quarter, and they just get the momentum behind them and they really embrace it, and it's so good to watch. And you watch the crowd get right behind them as well. So that's really good to watch, and it's fantastic that the TV ratings are way up and everyone's getting right behind tennis, which is really good to see.
Absolutely, it is. Now, one thing I didn't ask you about last week, which I should have, and I got the stern tap on the old shoulder and was told you better ask it this week. The Crows were in town, and we know the football season, it's about 2 months away or so in the country leagues. So it must have been exciting to have the Crowies in town there, Egan.
Yeah, it was an unreal thing for our town. Obviously Jordan Dawson grew up here. I was lucky enough to grow up with him all my life, and for him to push hard for the Crows to have a little camp down here. I snuck down the Oval when they had their open train on Wednesday last week, and it was it took me about 20 minutes to get the park alone, and then to see over 10 people's heads to watch them train was it's an unreal experience, and I'm sure they would have loved it, seeing so many supporters and just football people there to see how they train. And it was a very, very special for our town, and I really hope they enjoyed it and maybe do it again sometime.
Well, we're 5 minutes into our segment and we haven't mentioned a single thing about you or the sport that you play or the competition you're in. So the limelight is going to be shone back on you. Now, let's talk Southern Ports tennis this weekend. We're back after no tennis on last week. How are we feeling and what games can we look forward to?
Feeling good. Looking forward again. The weather looks really good for the forecast for the weekend, so should bring out some really good results. And obviously everyone's watched tennis the last couple of weeks, so should bring out the best shots that we learned over the last 2 weeks on TV. But yeah, some really good matches in our league on Saturday, and it's going to be really interesting to see the results from them. So I'll start off with Francis are going to play the Lucille Koalas down at Francis. This is going to be a really good match. I reckon the Lucille Koalas are just going to get up over Francis as a little bit of an upset. Kingston are going to host the Robe Roosters. Kingston had the bye last round, so they've had about 8 weeks off, and the Roosters are coming off a win, but Kingston's in pretty at the top. I think they're going to be a bit too strong and refreshed and come back and hit their stride. So Kingston will have to win there. Penola are going to host the Lucille Wombats. I don't really see Penola cause an upset here, so I'm going to tip the Wombats. And us Road Rebels are going to host Beachport, and this is going to be a really cracking game, I think. And obviously, hopefully, we get the right result and the Rebels have a good win.
As easy as that. We look forward to it all, Egan, and thanks so much for updating us once again this week. Good luck on the weekend, and we'll speak to you next week.
No, thank you for having me.